What is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and today I'm going to be talking about a game. Just saying, it is past 1 in the morning on Saturday morning while I am filming this, but I'm talking about events that just happened while everything is fresh in my mind, and I am talking about a game called Hostage. It is not a video game. It is an in real life game that you play that, I don't know, it seems like it's kind of common on college campuses. But anyways, first time I had ever played this, so kind of wanted to share it because it was a bit fun. So first off, this is what happened. That, Friday night, I was talking with some friends. A buddy of mine, we're going to call him Marcus. I've had him in a few classes and everything, and he's actually in the same major as me, I believe. But we have a few classes together. We've known each other, since this past summer. And what happened is he texted me and he said, "Hey, you down for Catan tonight?" And we had kind of tentatively planned it. In case you know, Settlers of Catan, in case you don't know, I guess, it is a tabletop game, and it's quite fun, but it's kind of interesting at the same time, so to speak. Sound like the nerdiest thing you could do on a Friday night, but hey, it's a fun game. Haven't played it since the summer. I really wanted to play it, so I said, you know what, sure. So it was Marcus, he's the only guy I know, and 2 other people. Now what happened, we finished up 1 round. Our second round, we start playing, and then Marcus is trying to assemble a hostage game, so to speak. Now, what is hostage, you might be asking? Well, I'll go ahead and explain it. We go ahead, get the hostage team together, and at first I did not want to do it because I'm like, I don't know, this seems kind of iffy. I've heard some iffy things about it, and also I'm just really tired right now. But after about 5 minutes, I'm like, you know what, no, haven't done it before, I'd like a new experience, let's try it out. The reason why I was kind of iffy about it is because I was kind of mixing it up with Fugitive, which, in case you don't know, it is a game where it's pretty much cops and robbers on an adult level, and it takes place at night. And the reason why I was kind of iffy about it is because I kind of figured out it was a rumor. Tonight we talked about it, but there was a rumor going around a few years ago that if any cops caught you playing that, late at night, that you could really risk expulsion from our college here. But that was just a rumor. I think it was just made to scare people and such. And I was getting confused with that, but Hostage was different, although it's really not too different. Anyways, this is what happened. We go over to one of the dormitories because I'm in an apartment here. We meet up with a bunch of people in a dorm hall. There were 16 people, 8 guys, 8 girls. We all went, 2 guys, 2 girls per team. Now, what ended up happening was Marcus was the only one I knew. So I was playing with all new people. And this is the way Hostage works, okay? So we did it with 4 people per team. Now, each person, we need to have cars, so each team needs a car. Each team needs a driver and then a passenger. The passenger is supposed to help out the driver, and everyone needs cell phones. In our situation, each team had 2 hostages. Now, what would happen if you're a hostage? I was a hostage with another girl, let's call her Sarah. Now, Sarah and I were hostages both times. We did 2 rounds. When you are a hostage, you have to go with another team in their car. You get blindfolded, and there's a time limit. So normally what we did was we would say, okay, it's 10:12 right now. Everyone get to their cars. At 10:25, release your hostages. So we would get into cars, we would get blindfolded, and then the drivers on other teams would take us elsewhere and then hide us somewhere the best way they could. And then from there, we would have to contact our team members and figure out what we could do to rendezvous back with each other. The team members would need to pick us up, and then we would have to get back to the rendezvous point and see, who won and such. And yes, it does sound like it is very bad on gas. Anyways, what ends up happening is the first time, my buddy Marcus was actually on another team, but I got put in his car with Sarah. And we ended up getting taken to a place which is actually pretty easy to find, but Marcus was driving fast, and he was trying to, kind of deceive us a little bit, just taking twists and turns and roundabouts and such. What happened as soon as we get out, Sarah's just like, okay, I recognized all the turns, I was feeling the turns, we got this. She calls up our teammates, and she's like, okay, this is where you go, this is where we are, this is the intersection, come here right now. And I'm just like, damn. You really got this. If any of you have seen Taken 2, you know the parts where the main character gets kidnapped and then he's in the back of the car blindfolded and he is measuring all the turns and seeing how long it takes how many seconds it takes to do what, and he's checking all the sounds? That is what she was able to do. I gave up on that about 2 minutes in. But she was able to figure that out, and we should have gotten first, if not second place. But what happened was our driver and passenger got really confused on the directions somehow, which I don't know how because they were easy enough and we came in 3rd place. But that got finished up way too fast. Everyone came back to the rendezvous point in about 30 minutes from, across town. So we decided to do another round. This second round was awesome. Sorry, I'm moving my foot, but this second round was awesome. So we get paired up, it's Sarah and I again, with 2 other girls. They start driving, and they are driving. This time I'm really measuring the turns. And we had actually gotten taken to a different part of town, which I knew a bit better than Sarah, thankfully, because it was actually very close to the middle school I used to go to. But I was trying to recognize the distance and all that, and see, I'm not good with directions, I'm not good with distance. I'm actually a big landmark person. I remember landmarks. I don't remember street names. So what happens is I start, riding the turns with the car and everything, and I'm trying to figure out where everything is. But I'm trying to decide which turn was taken and such. So I kind of have, almost 2 or 3 different routes fleshed out in my head. What happens is we start hitting some gravel, we take a few turns, and then all of a sudden the car comes to a stop, and the driver says, okay, well, we're kind of early. You guys can go ahead and get out, though. We can't think of anything else. I take off the blindfold. I see a dead end. I'm just like, crap. I immediately look to the side, and there's just wilderness everywhere. So what happens is once we're out, Sarah immediately gets on the phone, and she's just like, okay, this is where we are. We're on a gravel road, and we're out with, with the flashlights on our phones and all that. And if your phone dies, you're kind of screwed in this game. But we're out with our flashlights on our phones and everything, checking out the street names. We were between 2 dead ends in a place that neither of us had been to. We had never been into this side of... It was literally the middle of nowhere. That was it. It was nowhere land. That was really about all I can explain it as. What happened is we're going through and we keep hitting gravel roads and we're hitting all these hills and all that. And actually I was able to help out a bit more because at one point she had gotten a direction mixed up and I said, no, this is what happened. You're thinking of the map coming through here. I'm thinking of it backwards right now. We have to work backwards. It took about 20 minutes for our teammates to find us, which I'm surprised it took, that short of time. But we were just out there on that side of town. And when we're coming back, we're like, you know what? It was scary, honestly. It was pretty scary with that because it was pitch blackness and it was in the middle of nowhere. And this is at about 12:30 at night. What happened is we said, you know what? We're probably going to lose this, but if we come in last, we played a pretty good game. We were the first team back. And my buddy Marcus, who was normally really good at this, he was last, which was funny. It was because of some mind games and such, some confusion there. But anyways, that was my first night of Hostage. It was honestly pretty fun. I could probably go into a bit more depth. My phone just fell. Not because of that, but because I don't really have that much footage to work with now. This is Resogun, by the way, on the PS4, which is very fun and addictive. But anyways, that was my Friday night. Now I'm going to wait for the pizza man to show up and give me my pizza while I'm rendering this at like 1:20 in the morning right now because I am very hungry. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you for watching, everyone. You all be sure to have a good week and have a good day wherever you are.